Hi, my name's Paul Ryder and you're watching Toffee TV.
Hello, welcome to Toffee TV. This is the final word. Aston Villa 1, Everton 3, 3 points, Villa Park. Last time we're going there for a little bit, I think. Last time some Aston Villa fans, I think they've already packed it in, haven't they? Which is sad, I suppose, for them. I'm not asked.
I was waiting for that.
No, it's sad. It's all sad. Yeah, a win. Exactly what we asked for. An early goal. A couple of goals, 2 or 3 goals. That's all we asked
3
for.
points, mate. 3 points. Needed to get back to winning ways, didn't we, after the West Brom. Just makes that defeat more hard to take, doesn't it, when you think what might have been, but no, it was we done what we had to do. Maybe we had to get the 3 points and we done it, and 3 goals away from home again, becoming a bit of a theme this season, isn't it?
It is another 3 goals. Should have been a clean sheet, but it wasn't. Obviously the starting lineup, Kevin Morales came in on the left. We thought he was going gung-ho, and then we found out basically Tom Cleverley shit. Basically, was had a bit of a dicky tummy, whatever, bit of an illness, overnight illness, and Kevin Morales came in on the left, which against an Aston Villa side isn't the worst thing in the world, because they are horrendous, and we started pretty well. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was a great start, wasn't it? Just what you want. I mean, we got the ball immediately, didn't we? And we just started passing it around and stuff, and they were chasing shadows very early on. And we get the corner, score from a set piece.
Oof.
Which is a little bit of a novelty. Probably the only man who would score from a set piece. Funes Mori with a great header, lovely header. And you're ready then. You're thinking, right, this could be. A Liverpool game all over again for them. But I mean, I suppose they were spanked 6-0 in the last home game. They were dug out by the manager at the weekend. He basically said they were crap with no bottle at the weekend. So I suppose there was always going to be a little bit of a reaction. But it's hard, isn't it? Because you can dissect it and pull it apart with things that we need to do better. But we went and done the job well.
We'll going back to that goal, the set piece. I mean, I think what's obvious is now is that I think we're just being a little bit more, because we've got Funes Mori in there. I think it doesn't have to be a perfect ball all the time. That lad will attack everything. I'm not saying it's just a ball whipped in there, but it's more like you put him to a dangerous place and he'll attack it, and then that makes other things happen, doesn't it? That makes things can happen. Then the ball can bounce. You can go to the third goal. Things can start happening, and then you're keeping it in the area. Whereas in the first part of the season, what we've seen is the ball just getting headed away because we weren't attacking it, we weren't keeping it alive in the box. But now with Funes Mori, there's a genuine threat, not only scoring like he did last night, but keeping the ball alive.
Well, you've got someone who's attacking the ball, haven't you? Whereas, no disrespect to the likes of Jags and John Stones when they were in, but Stones isn't a great header of the ball anyway. Jagielka, he's decent, he's better defender than he is attacking the ball, off set pieces. So Funes Mori that's a strength of his, and so people are aware of him now, and he's a threat, and teams when they're building up in the week to the game will be looking, going, he's the danger man, he's probably their only danger man in the air. And so you've got people having to keep an eye on him. He's going to pull people out of position. But I mean, if you want to break it down from Villa's point of view, it was Paul Markham. I mean, Misiric has got him, and Mori hasn't had to do that much to get away from him. But it was a great header, back.
But he's aggressive, isn't he?
Well, that's what he is, and he's good in the air, isn't he? That's what that's the best part of his game, the physicality of it. He loves a little bit of rough and tumble, doesn't he? He loves a bit of moving people out the way, winning headers. And he just, powered it back where Guzan came from, and we were, it was the ideal start. It said in the preview that the first goal was massively important. If they'd have got it, not saying we wouldn't have won, but it would have been a more difficult prospect, because the crowd would have been up and he would have had something to hang on to. But we got it, and this is what I mean about with Everton, that they're on a precipice of being marvellous or just slipping away. Is that go for the jugular, really kill him. Everything's just a little bit too slow. If he could quicken things up, like we did for the second goal, If we can do that on a regular basis, we'll hammer
It
teams.
reminded me of the Bournemouth game, before we scored in the Bournemouth game. Lots of the ball, trying to move it round, but not going anywhere with any intensity. They were playing 3 at the back, and then they were playing 3 in front of that, and they had a lot of energy in the middle of the park, and they were breaking it up quite high up the pitch, and it allowed them to break 3 or 4 times, and Joel's had to make a couple of saves, nothing like worldy style, but he's had to make a couple of saves. And that was a little bit disappointing, because you said there, the goal we scored, the second one, it was so easy. It was Ross running forward, a ball down to the left, a pull back, and Lennon tucks it in unmarked, and that's how easy it was. Every time we went down the wings, we looked really good, and I was disappointed that we only went down the wings 2 or 3 times in the whole game. It's that weird. It's like again, we've won the game. I'm not trying to be critical. I'm just trying to break the game down. But it's almost like there's a dead obvious solution, but yet they want to do all the hard stuff, because that's what they do every day in training. And sometimes you just want to go, lads, dead easy. Just see those wings. Route 1. It's dead easy. You don't need any of this. And I just wonder at times if Martinez has got that in his locker to just say, lads, look how easy it is. I know you'll say it shouldn't be up to him, but I just think at times it's just like, do the easy thing, lads, and we'll score.
I think the problem we've got at the moment is that we are ingrained in that way in training. It's clear what they do in the training pitch that they do on the pitch on a Saturday. So it's all about moving the ball from side to side. But we've had a couple of games where the last couple, say, the opposition haven't been great. We've been able to walk around the pitch with the ball. Even West Brom at home, we were able to walk around up until we got to a certain point, and then we couldn't go any further. And I just think if we can move it quicker, we'll destroy these teams. But what annoyed me last night was that Kieran Clark was on a booking, Bakuna was on a booking,
quite early
on, and you're thinking, just run at them. That Clark, you run at him, he can't wait to kick you, and we just stayed away from him. But I don't know. I think like you're saying, I don't want to criticise. Made up. We won 3-1 at the Tuck 3-1 all day long. It's great to win away games, and away games in the Premier League are difficult to, as we've proven at times this season. It's difficult to get over the line, but you're looking and thinking, you want to get into good habits every game, so you want to play every game as if they were Leicester or Man City, so you're playing at that intensity, because if you play at that intensity against the likes of these, you end up with 6 or 7-0. But look, they got encouragement after the first goal. They had a few shots, like you say, and we kind of just like stood off the momentum. Right, let's see what you've got. And then we picked the play up, broke the ball down into the box, Gareth Barry, give it to Barkley. He goes on that run quickly like he does, plays a lovely ball, and what he done was, the pass was really clever by Barkley, because he took Misha Richards out the game. If he'd threaded it straight, it would have been a direct run between Richards and Morales. Because he played it to the left hand side of Morales, Richards was out the game. Kev looks up, lovely little ball across, and Lennon knocks it in for 2-0. It was our second attempt at goal after 25 minutes with 2-0 up, and you're thinking they've had about 8 and we're winning 2-0, which is perfect counter-attacking football. But then we just stopped again, and you're like, oh, just keep going.
And I know what you're saying, because I said this last night in the instant reaction, and we're not being negative, but what it is that you go back to the Bournemouth game, and we did exactly the same thing in the Bournemouth game. We got 2-0 up, and we stopped playing. We've been guilty of doing this in so many games, and that's what we're saying. It's about picking up good habits. I was saying last night on the instant reaction, go back to when we beat Villa 4-0 at home, go back to the Sunderland game. We were critical after the Sunday game when we'd scored 6, because there was still half an hour left, and we were saying, go and get more goals, go and do it. And that's the only criticism. It's what?
Which isn't a criticism. What it is it's just good standards. It's a team like United beat Ipswich 9-0 and things like that, because they just wanted more and more. They just keep going, and we've got that ability. We've got the ability to go, we're going to stick 7, 8, 9 on you, because that's how good this side is. But the Bournemouth game has ruined us, hasn't it? It's ruined my nerve. You see, I got a couple of people were like, oh, you're a bit negative there after a win last night. And what it was because the last 20 minutes of this game was dire. So it put me I had a cob on when the game finished, and I'm thinking,
I did as well.
1-3-1, calm down.
I did that. I had the cob on, and it sounds stupid, but I did, because you think
I was nervous.
You're thinking we were so comfortable at 3-0, and you're thinking, you know, go up. We come out second, you know, going 2-0 in half time and it's great. And you think, we'll come out second half, keep doing what you're doing.
We started all right, then we got that corner straight away, and you're thinking, like, they're on.
But we never snapped into it until Rom got the header, and then obviously we scored.
That was a good save.
We scored from the corner.
Joel made a cracking save before half time from Westwood as well. That he hit wide. That was his best save of the night, by the way.
Finsbury keeps the ball alive, like we were saying. Rom, easy tapping where he should be all the time.
Yes, Romelu,
where he should be all the time. And you think, lads, go and just smash these a bit. These are finished. These are finished. And that was that's. If anyone thinks I'm being negative, I'm not being negative. I just want to see us score loads of goals. And as you said, it's good practice. Keep going. Ron, go and get yourself a couple of goals. Go and get yourself a hat-trick. And that's just frustrated me. And I know people will go, well, the game was won, but it didn't feel like it was won, because you know they get a goal. You know, Oviedo's off the pitch, the ball gets whipped in from that side. You know that we know that lad's good in the air, but you know I think it's a little bit too easy. But it's annoying because he brought Stones on, and you think, well, why are you bringing Stones on? And some people say to give the lad 20 minutes. You know, get him back in there. Fair enough. So why not bring Nias on as well then and give him 20 minutes and go, you know what? Putting Stones on at the back, putting Nias up front, we're still having a go here. It just felt like we were like, we're going to take our foot off the pedal here on purpose. And that just annoyed me so much. It's like, no, you've got the foot on the head. Now just stick it under the water and keep it there till they're dead. I don't care. Just keep it on. Keep it on there. Like, keep it on
Never
there.
Dead.
Like,
just kill the spirits, bro.
That tiger in India last week in the school where it's chasing after everyone. Did you not see this? Go on YouTube, it's amazing. This stuff isn't. That tiger, it got out right, and the first thing it wanted to do was just eat everyone. It was boss. It was running around this school. It was like a college. It wasn't like little kids, don't worry. And it was just like,
want to eat anyone.
It was grab. It's a tiger. That's what it's supposed to do. I'm not being funny, right? This is
in a college. So a tiger should go to college.
No,
that's
it wasn't in college. It wasn't like, hey, this sounds like a boss film. A tiger goes to college.
What, Tony?
Basically, it was locked up. It got out. First thing it thought was, I'm having a bit of this, right? So they were all.
Where was it locked up in the college?
It was like this is in India, by the way.
I know, but it was locked up.
No, it was locked. I don't know where it was locked up, but it went to the college. It got out, right? So basically, it just thought, right, all these kids are all like in this locked up place.
They're all fair play.
So it's grabbing one, and when it didn't get him, it went for the next one, and that's why Everton should have been last night. Should have been like tigers in a school.
Surely whole city.
It should have been tigers in a school. It should have been like, right, I'm not having you, then I'm having you, and I can't have you, I'm having you. It was amazing. Everyone's gonna go watch this. I'm gonna annotate this.
That sounds like a fella in the Grafton.
It was amazing.
2 o'clock.
I just wanted us to just keep going and going and going. I wanted this to be horrible. But you know what? I don't care that you're getting relegated. I don't care that your fans are walking out. I don't care about any of you. We are going to do this big time. We're going to...
Because we're rich.
That's what I wanted. And instead we went, you know what, lads? We're going to bring a centre-back on. I'm going to be dead nice. And
I think just go back to the third goal, because I've been critical of Ron not getting in them areas enough. On his last 2 games, he scored goals inside the 6-yard box. That's where he's got to be. And what was brilliant about that goal was Funes Mori's ball was fantastic, but he just gambled. And we had Jags behind him, and he scored anyway, which was excellent. But that's what I want Lukaku to do. Just gamble on it, because you will cause confusion, which is what he done. But 3-0 up, like you say, then it's like their heads go down. But what was a bit berserk was their crowd. The third goal went in, and the crowd just sort of went, hey, we've got voices, and started singing, which was quite weird. But I almost feel with Everton is that it's as if there's this like arrogance just sweeps across them as we're boss and we can beat anyone, and we're just gonna like do whatever you want for a bit, because even if it gets bad, we'll just tonk you. And I'm like, nah.
We've seen this before.
Bournemouth and Chelsea are still burnt in there. The amount of times we've thrown it away, and I think you're right. We got to the last 20 makes the substitution. Now I've got no issue. I mean, I actually thought, like you, we were talking there about Stones coming on in midfield. Because he was giving them Graham Jones is coming like this, and I'm
The
thinking,
notebook was out the
he's either
iPad.
playing Sudoku, and he hasn't got a clue.
He was playing Score
He was
Hero
doing something.
on the iPad.
No, he was giving
What's that Score Hero?
Or he was Snapchatting me and Stonesy before he goes on. Hashtag Bezies, or whatever he was doing. Or hashtag Bezies.
I don't know if they have hashtags on Snapchat.
Don't they?
No.
I think everywhere there's a hashtag.
No.
Don't they?
No.
There was a hashtag on our stadium last year that said Stones, didn't it? So you never know. Anyway, so you're thinking he's giving him something.
Yeah.
He's going to come in midfield, because Gareth Barry was, let's be honest, he's been marvellous this year, but he was gone last night. His legs were all over the place. I thought he'd come on. Stones is going to sit, and all of a sudden there's going to be this new
vision open,
and you're like, he's just going to start striding out with the ball. Lo and behold, he takes Coleman off. So we think, all right, fine. We've got another tough game at the weekend where Coleman's going to be expected to raid. So put Stones on at right back then. Just leave him on at right back. No. But it wasn't that. It was like, we're going to go 3 at the back all of a sudden. And then Lennon ended. His game finished there because the kid couldn't get up. But then, like you say, why not putting the ass on Morales? Someone on the ratings, and I'm going to qualify this if you're watching, basically, right? I don't rate players over 2 things they do in a game. When I do my ratings, and I am not Opta, I'm not the authority on it, it's just my point of view, okay? It's subjective. I look at it, I just give my opinion. If you don't agree with it, marvellous. That's up to you. That's your opinion. But Kevin Morales last night, for me, done nothing. He took a corner, which we scored from, which was great. His ball was magnificent for Lennon for the second. Great run, great ball. But he was on the pitch for 83 minutes, I think, or 84 minutes last night. And I am a Kevin Morales fan, but he didn't do enough for me, hence why he got 6.5. It wasn't like he was all over the pitch, brilliant, because there was periods where he didn't touch the ball. That's why. But so I would have took him off after 70 minutes and put Nias on that left and gone, right, here's a chance for you to get some game time. Work hard, because the kid come on and ran around, he chased people back. You give him 8.
That Tiger.
You give like the Tiger. Maybe he'd seen a video and thought, I'm Tiger, and he's right off.
I'm getting tigered up.
Unless as long as he wasn't Tiger out of Benidorm, that's a different one. But you could have given him. You're trying to give this lad a chance to play his way into a team. 8 minutes, 9 minutes isn't long enough, you know. And they're the decisions. If he took Coleman off to rest him for Saturday, Gareth Barry's 107, finished the match again, and will it be expected to play? So it's just little mad things.
I'd love to have seen Stones come on and that.
It would have been just imagine what it would have
just to be like,
why not Baines? He took Baines up as Philip Lamb 2 years ago. He's been gone, hasn't he?
Well, to be fair, Baines for
like
left
bloody
back.
Ellen Lamb at the moment.
He came on a left back because of the age, obviously got the injury. But I was excited when Stones. It looked like Stones was coming on and thinking, oh, might see something different here. He's finding a way to put him in the team in a position that actually might suit him.
Imagine if they just put him in there and he was just like playing with the cigar.
Yeah.
Because what would have been really good was he doesn't have to defend, he doesn't really have to mark anyone, he can just sit and take the ball, he can do that big long leg tackle anywhere on the pitch then, other than in our box. Never do it in our box, John. And he could have been all exciting, but he didn't, you know. And the goal was, let's be honest, the goal was shocking because there was no pressure on the cross, allowed to just put the ball in, and Stones can't really jump because he's not great in the air, and Jagielka, the pair of them got done by Gisted. From a Villa point of view, how is he not playing and them going route one every week?
We said that when we played them
at home in November when he still might have got out of trouble. They just put him on last. They had that thing up front, that Jordan Ayew, who is garbage. He's rubbish, absolute rubbish. Agbonlahor, who's nearly as old as Gareth Barry and nowhere near as good as Gareth. He's just crap, Agbonlahor. And the best one comes. It's no wonder they're going down. But he's got a free header. He
scored. And then
he nearly scored.
Panic stations then, weren't we, for like the last 10 minutes, and you're thinking, what's going on? We should be 6-0 up here.
Imagine if that guy, was it Ayew or Guy had the shot, shot, and Joel's had to tip it on the post. There was still about 8 minutes left. That goes 3-2. I guarantee you, mate, it would have been 3-3, because we would have just gone and, you know,
but that's what I'm saying. That's why I was a bit. That's what disappointed me. And I know people go, "Oh, we won 3-1. What you want?"
And it's great. We won 3-1.
What I want perfection.
I want 8-1. I want that.
We were playing
8.
We were playing Aston Villa, so that's why I was a little bit disappointed, because we were playing Aston Villa and it felt like towards the end we were hanging on a little bit. That's why I was a little bit like, what's going on?
In isolation, it's great. We've won away from home 3-1. It's great, man. It's a ground where
We haven't been brilliant, have we?
We're not, you know, it showed the Premier League thing before the game, and it was like they'd won 18, we'd only won 12, and things like that. So they had a better record than us. So it's great to get the win. It's great to get.
You mentioned you were mentioning Morales, and it annoyed me that him and Lennon weren't just raiding all day down those wings, because I was saying they had 3 at the back, they had 3 in front of them, and the wings were wide open, and every time
Kieran Clark had been booked, why wasn't Lennon standing him up and just knocking it?
But it's the way we play. Everything's central, and then they look up, and then they're trying to get Rom into areas where he doesn't run. And going back to Rom's goal.
What did you think of Rom?
I thought he was rubbish. But I gave a reason why I thought he was rubbish last night, and I think it's the same reason I could keep coming back to. When he was scoring all his goals, I had Gerard Deulofeu in the side, right? And Gerard Deulofeu has a knack of knowing exactly where Ron wants the ball, and the goal last night shows where Ron wants the ball. He wants the ball in front of him all the time.
In the corridor of uncertainty.
But he wants it there, and he wants it. Gerard Deulofeu's got a brilliant knack of crossing right to where Ron wants it, and also just getting those first time.
Well, he just crosses it before anyone's set.
And he gets I also though think of the goals like the goal down at Bournemouth where he picks the ball up early and then just gets it into that channel, and Rom's away, and no other player seems to
have that vision.
Not only have the vision, but clicked that that's what you need to get Rom into a game. And when Rom's running around on his own, he's just not a centre forward to do that. He's lately, for me, he's got his back to goal far too much, and he's 30 yards from goal.
We see him over the last 6 weeks where he's concerned, to have gone back to how we had him last year, where he was useless really, because he's on his own and we're not giving him any of the right service. So I think what he's done at the moment is, I think he's got a little bit of a cob on when he's playing. He's not looking as though he's enjoying it, because he's not getting many. He didn't really have many chances. Like, he had the one he should have scored a bit, or hit the target, not should have scored. He had the header, which was a great header, and the keeper's made the save. He's got his goal, and he's had the other one he blazed over. Other than that, he didn't really do anything. He didn't hold it up well, but they weren't giving him a chance to hold it up. And we're just like, that's our biggest asset. He's got 22 goals. You know, if you give him the right service, he could have 32 by now, and he still can get 32. If you got to give him the right kind of service. And if
for me, last night was a perfect opportunity, once we were 3-0 up, to go 4-4-2. Not go 3 at the back, go 4-4-2. Put someone up with them, and 4-4-2 with 2 wingers.
You know what he still could have done there? He still could have, you know, because you know my feelings on Ross, and but he should be captain. Everything last night was kind of the game why people hold up that why he shouldn't be captain, because he just wasn't very good last night at all. His passing was poor. He put a great ball through to Morales. Other than that, he done very little. You know, and I'll try and protect him all the time, because I think he's our best player. He's fabulous, but you know, and that would have been a perfect opportunity to withdraw him last night and say, right, come and sit here, because he's never going to take Gareth Barry off, is he? Let's be honest. So we could have left Barry and McCarthy in the middle. He could have pushed Morales a little deeper then and played him on the left, and he could have put Nias up front with Rom and gone, right, these are garbage. And at the back they've only got 3, and they've got 3 that aren't very good. They've got 1 on a booking. They've got Lescott, who's probably thinking about what card to tweet at 10 o'clock, and he's got Misha Richards, who has got his hair's like, I don't know, he wants to just skin that and start being a defender, because he's crap. You know what I mean? Let's be honest, he's crap. So we could have really stretched
I think what Villa did last night is with the 3 in centre midfield, they got bodies round Ross and didn't give him anywhere to go. But when that happens, you exposed them. That exposed the wings, and we didn't use them, and that's what annoyed me last night. As I said, going back to what I said originally, it's like sometimes going route 1, it's so easy, and when it's producing results, you keep doing it, and you keep doing it, and you keep doing it.
But I think his whole his philosophy is the passion, isn't it? That he's not going to get away from that, but you can mix it up.
You've got to mix it up.
But you know, one of the other things I want to say was, in me ratings, I was probably a little bit harsh on Joel. I gave Joel 6 because I was fuming a bit after the game, and he'd come for 1 in the first half and got nowhere near it, and he'd come for 1 in the second half and got nowhere near it.
I only seen the 1 in the first.
And I was come for the punch, and it was rubbish. Okay. And I was thinking, but when I thought back after I digested it later on, I was thinking, we made a couple of really good saves, so his rating's gone up to 7. So scratch the 6.
The 1 in the first half, I think he came for it, felt an arm and just stayed down. But when you look back, no one really fouled him. I think
He ran
that's
into his own.
I think that's something where, you know, again, you just have to go, listen, there's a favour, just go through them.
Being in for 6-7 games, we've conceded 2 goals. No complaints. No complaints at all. But we've won the game 3-1. We've been dancing with a 3-1 away win last year.
Listen, my only objection is that we didn't go and just smash them, and that's what I want us to see.
But people lower it. I don't want anyone. I will never lower my standards for Everton, and not now. Not the glass ceiling should be getting ready to be smashed. If this
glass ceiling is covered in diamantes.
That's it. If this fella comes in, cause if he comes in and even puts a bit of it about, our goals should change. So people need to stop going.
Raise the roof.
Raise it. If we're winning 3-1, we won 5 and 6, and against them,
Aston Villa going down to absolutely one of the worst Premier League teams ever. And if you sat there last night thinking, "Oh, this is boss," it actually wasn't boss. It was good to win. It's great to win. But I want, do you know what, if you want to go to, don't forget we're still 10th and we can still, if results go, you know, we look at the next 3 games at home, although when's the Sunderland one, has that been?
I don't know. We've got West Ham
at home,
Arsenal,
Chelsea, Arsenal, 3 really big games. We're going to have to play better than that.
That's what I'm saying about habits. If you get your habits right, it just flows from one game.
Now we probably will play better.
We will play better.
Because the standard's better, and I think last night we got dragged into, like, we don't have to get out to second gear, so we won't get out to second gear.
That's all it is. It's an attitude thing last night.
So let's be on it. Let's be up for it. We know we can play better. So let's play better. Let's play better straight away.
I mean, one argument you could give for it is that, we did know that they weren't going to stretch us as much, and we've got a big game at the weekend. But I don't know whether you need to go full. It's not a criticism.
I just want to know what they were doing in Dubai, if I'm honest.
It's not a criticism. They were getting selfies with that fella. It's not a criticism. I don't know, but he got some cracking selfies and videos. It's not a criticism. It's the search for perfection. That's what it is.
It's not criticism. It's standards. They're there, and you want them there. And when they get to there, I want them there. When they get to there, I want them there. And I want.
You might want them there. I want them.
Exactly how you can't even reach as far as you want them.
Exactly.
That's how high they are. That's it.
We've won.
No, that's it. 3 points. But I expected 3 points. And see this. You said to me, "I'll take a 1-0."
I will take a 1-0.
But I said I want 5. Because they are crap. And the other thing is Liverpool beat them 6, so I wanted 7. And that's it. That's it. Because we're richer than them.
Liverpool just direct though, long ball.
I would have took that though. I would have took that last night. I know, because I wanted 7.
But we still would only have 3 points, the same as what we got. I would have took.
We have a better goal difference.
We've got a miles better goal difference. I wanted
scored the most goals in open play.
Got 3 away. I wanted just the 3 points. So if it was 1-0 or 9-0. Hey, it's momentum, but we've won the game. We've gone away.
You've just said you were sitting there last 5 minutes, 3-1 up. Imagine if it'd been 1-0.
I'd have been crying.
So imagine the last 10 minutes if we were 7-0 up.
Oh, I'd have been
big cigar,
Snapchatting. I'd have been periscoping with a pair of.
I don't know.
Trunks on.
Don't want to know.
A win's a win, and it's on to the next one.
Oh,
isn't it?
I can imagine you on Periscope. Speedo mix shorts on with a big Toblerone in your mouth with loads of chocolate around your face.
It's Lent. It's Lent. I've given up for Lent. There you go.
Alright, on that note, there you go.
Won the game. Smile.
I am smiling. You're the one who said he was himself for the last 10 minutes. That's
right. At this season, my bottle.
I just wanted 7. That's all. I just wanted 7.
I wanted 9 if I'm honest, but that's what I'm saying. We win the game. We go on.
Okay.
Next year, mate.
Won't be playing them next year.
No. In a game like that, next year it'll be like 9-2 with our new glitterati centre forwards. They were like running in like diamond boots and stuff.
Right, on that note, don't forget we've talked loads about this takeover as well. There's loads of videos out there.
Loads.
Not enough of you have watched them, and there's a lot of them. They're only 10 minutes long, so go and watch them. Educate yourself. There's a great one with Baz and Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV.
Whose bottle's gone, by the way, in case Usmanov. He said on it now, I'm confident. When the camera cut, he went, I'm terrified in case Usmanov goes there. Because he's basically the richest man ever. Not ever. Obviously not ever, but he's rich. Messi, if Usmanov comes, Messi comes. Simple as that.
There you go. That says it all. Tell us what your thoughts are on this game. Are we too negative? I don't call it negative. I don't call it negative. What I call it is I call it the search for perfection. That's what I call it. I just call it the search for perfection. and you know, we want to get there, and that's all it is. And when we get there, we might win something. So there you have it. Tell us what you think in the comments on Twitter. It's at Toffee TV. What? Even No Malone.
I'm also sure if he was smart.
No Malone. That could be a film, couldn't it?
That's a good one, yeah. There you go.
Film. Toffee TV. At Toffee TV.
Talk about a tiger and gnome.
We mix it up. We mix it up. At Toffee TV 1.
Get this in the Everton show
on Instagram.
Tigers and gnomes. You don't get that in the Everton show.
You'll be getting those on the Everton show. We're on Facebook as well. It's / Toffee TV EFC. We're on Snapchat as well. We haven't used it yet because my phone doesn't work, but we're on that as well. So all those nice things, and we will be back soon on Toffee TV. We'll catch you then.